Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 9th to May 15th, 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. To get a deeper view into your week, check out your readings for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So we're going to go ahead and pull out some tarot cards to get meanings for these oracle cards that I'll be turning over and do further clarification with more tarot cards. So in this first column here, we are looking at an aspect of your journey that you should reflect on. You have this Imam Coeli root. You have the Ace of Wands, the Devil, and Two of Swords. In this middle column, we are looking at what to celebrate this week. You have Willow Spirit, Flexibility, King of Cups, Queen of Wands, and Knight of Wands. And in this last column, we are seeing what's around the corner for you. You have this Surrender card. And the Tower, the Three of Wands, and 10 of Pentacles. Looks like you've got a few intense cards here. So this card, Imam Coeli, which has to do with reflecting on your journey so far. The Roots card here, or the concept of the root, is kind of twofold in the sense of if you need to get grounded, you need to stand your ground and definitely start building some roots. And if you are kind of questioning why something is the way it is, take a look at where something is rooted. So for example, if you tend to always bawl your eyes out whenever you watch a murder mystery movie, to kind of figure out, well, what's at the root of that? Let's investigate that. Let's see what's there. What kind of planted in the first place to make this happen? So you have here with the Ace of Wands, the Devil, and Two of Swords, it kind of, the Ace of Wands is about bringing something to life, or a gift of a spark of energy. So here with the Devil card, it could be the root or what sparked a certain tendency to cut corners, or to be tempted by something that's not for your best and highest good, that leaves you to feel that you're not strong enough to do something on your own, with your best and highest good being attained in that process. And with the Two of Swords, it's a sense of not making a certain decision about something because of fear, anxiety, something that you are not willing to see head on. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the Two of Swords, because it's almost as if the blindfold is preventing you from seeing something. And I understand usually it's, what's behind the individual is water, where that has to do with their intuition, and they're holding these heavy swords that has to do with logic, reason, fact, and you can't see the tips of these swords, so you can't really even get to all the facts of what's going on. But here, because of these eyes that are peering out in this devil card very prominently, it's making me wonder, if there's something that you're not seeing or you don't want to see. You have this Queen of Cups intuition. Okay, so maybe it's just the water behind you, but where it has to do with you dealing with feelings and using your intuition. But the Queen of Cups is also I would say is kind of Cancer energy, with your element being water. And here with the queens, they're associated with the element of water, and cups are associated with the element of water. So it's definitely water and water. And here with this Imam Coeli card here, it's almost a sense of, you see the root, the brown of the root, and then above here is blue. That could be, sky. Looks like it could be sky because it looks up here is like a tree, but also could be the water that helped grow this root. So let's take a look at this devil then. You have the Queen of Wands, vibrancy. Wow. Okay, so this is with the devil card. It could be some type of kind of connection or desire or temptation by this Queen of Wands vibrancy. And really, this Queen of Cups, when you're dealing with too much emotion, there's really, you don't know what to do with it type of thing. So here, this devil card, it's almost as if this has to do with your desire to be like this Queen of Wands energy. This could be if it is like an addiction to some type of substance. It could be you're addicted to energy drinks, or you feel like you can only get into this Queen of Wands vibrancy if you are out late at night. But basically, it's a sense of the root of something that is kind of you're drawn to or trying to kind of get the shortcut to, is this Queen of Wands vibrancy. And part of the reason why you can't really see what's going on or kind of change what that situation is because of your your desire to not deal with emotions. So let's take a look at this Ace of Wands. You have Nine of Cups, fulfillment. So what I'm kind of sensing with this Ace of Wands is more of an energy, like trying to get that pop of energy, and that you get this pop of energy somehow by some type of substance, whether it's drinking a lot of, energy drinks, or if it is possibly, partying, but basically how it's kind of tied together of you feeling energized and you feeling kind of powerful and making anything happen is kind of tied to this situation where it's almost an addiction and an inability to try to a desire not to find a different way to do something. And what's interesting to me is like these two cards here. If you look at the dark and the light parts of it, it's almost as if this treetop here is this part, and then here is the trunk, and then this part is the roots. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. Definitely the wand is more, root or tree shaped, but here this visual is kind of drawing me into it. And so in terms of the roots of the situation, has to do with you feeling safe and comfortable in your water element, and how you feel that way. The Queen of Wands, it's fire and water together, but all queens are related to the element of water. This one's just a little bit more. So here with this Willow Spirit flexibility and what to celebrate this week, you have the Queen of Wands. You also have the King of Cups, and you have the Knight of Wands. So it's as if it's showing you a different way to tap in to this energy here, and to really tap into this energy without necessarily needing to feel that you need to ignore your best and highest good and do something that might be a quick fix but isn't really sustainable in the long run. So let's take a look here. It's almost as if this King of Cups, if you're looking for love, it's a potential that this is kind of coming in. And if you are already in a relationship, this could be a significant other. It could also be like a mentor of yours or a parent figure who is really in touch with their emotions, but also able to use reason and logic and not get swept away by their feelings for things. With the Queen of Wands, this is kind of the energy I see as trying to be accomplished here, which is this vibrant energy, really passionate about life, people, somewhat mysterious, center of attention even if they're not trying to be. And the Knight of Wands is really willing to go anywhere, almost to follow their heart, their passion, to seek the thrill of adventure. So it seems that this celebration of being flexible is kind of being able to tap into these different energies. So let's take a look at the Queen of Wands here. You have the perspective card, which is the equivalent of the Hanged Man, which is basically about surrendering and not struggling against the bindings, and allowing yourself to be in a place that might be uncomfortable at the beginning, but allows you to see things from a different perspective. So here, it's also a card that indicates being like gearing up to release something. It's before the Death card, and the Death card is about transformation and loss. So here, this perspective, it's really allowing some slowdown time. But here, because this flexibility, I see it as seeing other ways to tap into this energy, and you just need to kind of look at how you get here from a different perspective. So let's take a look at the King of Cups. You have Four of Wands, celebration. So this could be, a partner of yours, a significant other, someone that may even come into or recently come into your life, or someone that you will, maybe even this week meet, and will help you attain this celebration, this milestone of really being grounded and centered, and being able to connect with your emotions without being swept away by it. So I would say if you got plans that take up the entire week, you might want to be flexible about it. Let's take a look at the Knight of Wands. You have the Princess of Swords, or the Page of Swords, which is, it says curiosity on this card. And this is about, being curious of other ways of doing things, gathering more information, and really looking at each moment as an opportunity to learn more about themselves and the world around them. So with this Knight of Wands and this Princess of Swords or Page of Swords energy, it's as if they're really wanting to experience life for their best and highest good, and from a place of seeing the world through the eyes of a child, really seeing, wanting to know more and being connected, and then feeling that connection and really wanting to express themselves and explore more, so that they can have a feeling of like exuberance that is purely from their connection to themselves. It's like a natural high connection to themselves, their environment, the potential for them to attain a higher knowledge. And definitely with this Queen of Wands energy, it's being able to get that different perspective. And you could see this Queen of Wands is even like looking upwards. And also what I think is really interesting is this concept of this root and a visual of a tree, and then this flexibility here. So trees are usually, they definitely can sway with the wind. They're not falling down every time the wind blows, but they're also very strong. So just because you're flexible about something doesn't mean that you're not strong. So here in this celebration, what to celebrate this week with your flexibility, and basically it looks like being able to achieve that energy, that desire, that fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, without needing to do anything that's not for your best and highest good, and actually see things from a different perspective and really celebrate life all the way around. And the things that you don't really know, you don't really want to, have all the facts or want to see, actually have a different perspective on it, and really getting as much information as you can and experiencing as much as you can, even if you don't know, even if you have a whole bunch of water behind you and you don't really know what's going to pop out of it. So let's take a look at what is around the corner with this Tower, 3 of Wands, and 10 of Pentacles. So the Tower is, divine intervention, letting you know that something that you have been, believing supported you or served a foundation for you, it's really not, it's not going to support you. It's basically going to crumble and expose the truth of those, those beliefs, those actions, those tendencies. They really didn't provide support. And it seems that, you're going to need to connect with people or help you through it, help you expand and move forward. And it seems like you have that around you. You have support. If you, perhaps friends and family, if you want it. So let's take a look at this Tower. You have the 9 of Discs, which on this card says culmination. So it's a sense, this card tends to be about working hard and enjoying the rewards of that hard work. With this culmination, it's more of, right before the 10 of Pentacles, right before you have reached the end of this suit. And to me, it's almost as if what you have built up, it's pretty much gotten you pretty far. But when this Tower comes down, it's something that you can't rely on anymore. This concept of surrender, it's almost as if all these pentacles that are kind of stacked up on each other, they're stacked up in a different way here, but it's almost as if they have to fall away. So let's take a look at the 10 of Pentacles over here. You have the Hierophant. So if your family is connected to, has a certain religious belief, or they are very strict, they have certain rules, they'd be disappointed by finding out that you're, guzzling a jillion energy drinks so that you can be the life of the party. It's almost as if whatever was giving you this, support that you thought you had, that falling away, you're going to have to, recognize, not have to, but you're going to be able to recognize that you do have support. They might have certain beliefs, but that's because they want everyone to adhere to their best and highest good. But I would say that part of this surrender is surrendering some belief that you have that indicates you can't go to them for support, that they won't be there. The Ten of Pentacles is about a legacy. This is about, you're kind of having everything you need. Security, material, wealth. This is something that you have, access to. It may be that you have to surrender certain beliefs or notions that you have tied to this, concept of maybe even asking for help. Let's look at the Three of Wands. You have the King of Discs, and it says power here. So it could be that, to some degree, however this double affected you, it gave you momentary power, but really it's not something that you can sustain, and it's going to kind of come down, and you're going to need to seek out some other ways. And it could be like, this could even be like not even just a way of being, but if someone who can make things happen, a mover or shaker. This could even be related to your work. If you're someone that has to constantly, connect with people, you have to constantly, I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking the entertainment industry, and have like an agent or even an actress, someone who needs to really always be the center of attention and just be vibrant. It's almost as if you but you're going to be finding a different way to tap into that vibrancy that doesn't take away from, your power to, power that you maintain and attain for your best and highest good. And it still seems that you're going to be able to have power. It might not be direct. It might take a little bit of planning to get there. But you do have support and people that would help you. And you kind of have to just be, willing to give up what gave you your sense of power that wasn't sustainable. So I'm hoping that this provides a helpful perspective of your week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.